All right, Shalom Salaki about that. I'm back. Somebody came and called me, interrupted. Let me put that on. Okay, cool. So back in Jeremiah 4:30, it says, "And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair." Right? So you doing all of this for naught. You know, these women going out, wearing all of this Fendi, Gucci, Birkin bags and going above and beyond. And the weave and the lashes and the nails, the elongated nails is all done in vain. All right, because it says, "When thou art spoiled, what you gonna do?" All right, and what's happening is a lot of these women are being spoiled. All right, especially of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. It's tens of thousands, up into the hundreds of thousands of these women missing. All right, and what you're seeing recently happen more often than not is that these men are getting killed by their lovers. Now it says, "Look, thy lovers will despise thee; they will seek thy life." Yeah, men are starting to despise women now. You got all these various groups, MGTOW, which stands for Men Going Their Own Way, which basically tell you to totally disregard women and focus on yourself, which to an extent that is true. You ain't supposed to be up under them and all the time. You're supposed to disregard them to a certain extent, but women are being disregarded to the point now they're not seen as things to protect. So men are not looking at women as something to protect anymore because of these haughty attitudes and all this whoredom going on. All right? It says, "Thy lovers will despise thee." Your men despising you, and as a result of that, it says they will seek thy life. They just had a man who killed his brothers and elders did videos on it. He killed his wife or ex-wife and former girlfriend. All right, and come to find out, this was with a little research, the guy was an anesthesiologist, made a couple $100,000 a year. These the type of men that you women want, or that's what y'all say, right? But maybe he wasn't, tough enough, or maybe he was boring, maybe he wasn't dangerous or spontaneous. So the man received hell, and guess what happened? He returned it back upon you. Let me see. I spelled that wrong. This is Sirach 36:25. It says, "Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled." Right. So men not represent a hedge. A hedge is symbolic of a protection. All right. A wall or something, a line of defense, if you will. And women is a possession. But if you ain't got no man, you ain't got no protection, you spoiled. If you at home and you single and somebody break into in your home, you are totally vulnerable. You are a deer. You're a doe. You're a doe being chased by a hunter and a rifleman. Yeah, you can do a little something. Yeah, you can do a little kicking, a little fidgeting and screaming, but you ain't gonna be able to stand up to that rifleman. It's the same way with men and women. The thing that's coming on to this earth, all right, you got these women glorifying and being single, but you got inflation, hyperinflation, gas prices. It's gonna be hard to do all that single. It's gonna be hard, and you ain't got no hedge, because currently your hedge is the so-called white man. And how is the so-called white man your hedge? Through his government programs, women, infant, children, which the government do that now, which it was started by the Panthers, but the government deals with it now. All right, WIC, TANF, the food stamp program, SSI, these various checks for your kids' ADHD that you get. You women who totally sacrifice your sons for $600-700 a month, right? Talking about ADHD, that's y'all hedge now. He makes living without a man easier, a little bit more affordable, and done convinced you to the point that this is okay. But this is Isaiah 32, In 9, it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. And these women are careless. You got women walking up and down the street 2, 3, 4 in the morning. And when all these things, when these various things happen, she get hurt or harmed or in some type of way, and people call out and, oh, well, you couldn't, and what happened, and why she came, and well, that's the thing. Things go bumping at night. Freaks come out at night. Ain't no woman supposed to be out at night. You know, that don't go on in other countries outside of Western civilization. You need an attendant. You need a male escort. It's crazy people out here. You just leaving the club tipsy off who knows what type of drugs, and thinking that you supposed to make it 100% guaranteed safe wherever you're going. No, you just invited danger to yourself. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear to my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Right? The vintage and the gathering, that's talking about basically the harvest time. All right, getting the wine and the fruits and the grapes so you can sustain and feed yourself. But who's responsible for giving women that now predominantly? The system, the government. All right? And even with the job that you say you got, most women work in service industries. All right, clothing stores, hospitality, food, hotels. Those things are being shut down. So even outside, where you might, well, I don't get child support, WIC, food stamps, and SSI. I got a job. Okay, well, most women have these type of jobs that are failing. You know. So when these government programs shut down because the country 30, 40, 50 trillion in debt. So what happens when you have to balance your budget? Any type of budget you balancing, you start cutting off the extras. All right, the things that's deemed that's not a necessity, and it's not a necessity to give able-bodied, grown, working people free money from the government, especially when you when the recipients of this said money are so-called minorities. So it's only a matter of time with the way things going in the economy and all that. Well, this gonna happen. What I'm reading, Isaiah 32, it's gonna be more pronounced, more and more and more. It says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins, because it's going to be a time of sorrow. All right? When you wear sackcloth, that represents you in mourning. All right? And for the most part, these women ain't in mourning. It says, they shall lament for the teats. All right? For the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vines. So lament is cry. Teats is something that a breast is something that you sustain somebody with. And this government has been breastfeeding you women. And you breastfeed babies because babies can't feed themselves. So now they done made a whole group of people dependent on the government. All right? Dependent on them stamps and that SSI check and that low income housing. But when that failed, then what? All right? So with that, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to the hopeful elect. All praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakam Kodash. All right. Once again, double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that rule well through the scriptures. Peace to the hopeful elect. Shalom. I want to end it with this. Damn, what was I gonna say? Anyway, I forgot. All right, shalom.